this week's Galnet Digest, we are presenting some important survival documents that have recently come to light. The commander stumbled upon crashed Anaconda last week as he was making his way back to the bubble. The logs he found there included some extremely useful survival tips for commanders who may have crashed on an alien planet. Together with 3 other sets of logs previously discovered, we can now present, for the first time, the complete set of alien planet survival tips. We can only apologise in advance for the numbering scheme.
I'm not sure anyone will hear this, but if I don't do this, I think I might go crazy, so here goes. If you find yourself stranded on an alien planet, here are some tips to help you survive. I mean, I'm not going to cover all the usual things that you'd find in your Pilot's Federation manual. No. These are the real things that people just don't tell you. Tip number 1. Make sure that your comm system is not an antiquated piece of crap and that you maintain radio contact with flight control in each system. Otherwise, you might not be able to call for help. Yeah. Guess who has 2 thumbs and forgot to fix his comm system? That's right, folks. This guy. Survival tip number 2. Oh yeah, this is a big one. If you have to crash on a planet, make sure your cargo hold is full of useful stuff like evac shelters, food, basic meds, or replacement parts for your newly wrecked ship. Whatever you do, don't fill it with cargo that's as much use as a chocolate fuel scoop. Tip number 3. Oh, and I almost forgot this one. On the off chance that you've crashed on a planet, don't, whatever you do, trade in your emergency transponder for a bottle of out-of-date indie bourbon a week before the crash. It turns out that those things are important, and despite what some people might tell you, your ship does need to have one. It might seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people do it. Yeah, you know who you are. Survival tip 29. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Survival on a hostile planet is all about the prep. Prep. Plan your crashes. It makes it a whole lot easier than being surprised by one and thinking, wow, I wish I'd planned this crash better. Survival tip 77. Whatever you do not go crazy and start talking to yourself. Or worse, start making a series of videos on survival tips when you clearly have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, seriously, dude, you're nuts. What do you think's gonna happen here? Don't give me that look. Hey, come back here, I was talking to... That guy is driving me crazy. Survival tip 38. This might be your first crash. It might be, say, your 46, not to be too specific about it, but learn from the professionals. You cannot use domestic appliances to repair your thruster manifolds. Turns out all that does is make a lot of smoke and a very loud bang. Not to mention the hole breach in the engine compartment. I mean, who knew though, right? Survival tip number 8. A rookie mistake that a lot of first-time crashers fall into is mixing up the water supply with the urine disposal system. Color code that bad boy, I'm serious. That stuff has a wicked aftertaste that just doesn't go away. Tip number 12. Wash your hands after using the biowaste in your cargo hold to attempt to make a garden. Seriously, hygiene is important. I mean, who knows what this stuff is? It smells terrible and really doesn't taste very nice. Oh, and I might not be making another message for a little while. Tip number 14. Make sure your ship has a cabin that you can seal off after you have had an eye-watering stomach bug. Plastic and duct tape are not essential to seal the door, but they can make the job easier and prevent leaks. Maybe I should have put the plastic on the floor first. Tip number 20. If you're trying to grow your own food, there is no point in planting food cartridges. They don't grow. However, the algae in the air purifiers will grow like crazy, so no need to plant anything, just scrape the stuff off the filters and you've got yourself a top-notch dining experience for one.